see it.
All right, welcome to the Fame's First Mobile Podcast. We're here at Coosa High School with Zac Mitchell, who is a Coosa graduate and is here teaching a masterclass to the regional theater students. So, Zac, why did you want to teach this masterclass?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just kind of a thing of wanting to give back. I mean, when I was here at Coosa, there wasn't all that much opportunity for education in terms of like higher education for musical theater. And whenever I went off to college, at Michigan, and I started learning a lot of different things about musical theater, about script analysis, that kind of stuff. And I thought it'd be really fun to just kind of come back and give back in that way. I mean, and my dad is the one who invited me to come all the way out here. And he's the one who's been in charge of the Coosa One Act and the Coosa Spring Musical for a bit. And so he really knows a lot of the kids and knows that a bunch of them want to get involved in this sort of thing.
These kids need a lot of that kind of work, because I also help out with One Acts here at Coosa and model and all that stuff, and they always need that extra little thing. So if you can impart one thing to these kids today to take away from them, what would it be? It's
really confidence. You know, I think that one of the things that script analysis really gives is confidence and individuality as a performer. I think that something that can be really lacking in a lot of high schoolers specifically is that sort of confidence to be their own performer and to draw from themselves, to find the character that they're playing and to find themselves in the character. And so I really do hope that they come away with a lot of confidence of, I know what this work is. I know what acting really is and what it takes to be an actor. And so I can come away and do it myself, you know? Taking just any kind of play, any kind of script, and being able to find yourself in it is a really empowering thing.
Absolutely. And I think it's much harder for high school students, because when I'm on stage personally, I like to draw from past experiences.
Yeah.
And that's how I connect with characters. And seeing that some of these kids are 14, 15 years old, they don't have those experiences yet to draw from. So learning this kind of stuff that you're teaching, how to break down a script and find yourself in your character any way possible, is just a wealth of knowledge, I think, for them. And that's fantastic.
Yeah, acting really gets split into two different things. There's reaction and there's recall. And so a lot of stuff that we can do, having lived a lot more life, is recall. Recall a lot of our own experiences to say, well, this character is feeling this way, and I remember times that I felt this way, so I can really draw on that inspiration. But as a high schooler, I remember a lot of my work had to come from reaction. Just seeing what other people did and seeing what the situation around me presented, and using my imagination to put myself into that situation and really just lend myself to the scene.
Yeah.
And so that really does give a lot of, it's really empowering to be able to do that, because I know as a high schooler, I didn't really feel like I had a bunch of outlets emotionally to really sort of find myself. And so when I found theater, I got to explore a lot of who I was in finding these fictional characters, which is the funny aspect of theater.
I know, that's why I love theater so much. All right, dream role.
Oh gosh.
Dream role, go for it.
Dream role, Sweeney Todd.
Ooh.
I'm such a Sweeney Todd guy. I'm such a Sondheim guy. Sweeney Todd.
Has anybody ever ushered that sentence? I'm a Sondheim guy.
I
Usually
hope so.
I hate Sondheim.
Yeah, man, the circles I run in, Sondheim is praised. But man, I want to be Sweeney Todd so bad, and I want to be Bobby from Company.
Okay.
I'd love to be like the baker in Into the Woods. Virtually anything that Sondheim does.
What was wrong with Jack and be Into the Woods?
I loved Jack, but I was 15 at the time. You know, man, I just anything that Sondheim does, it's just so. One of the things that I'm teaching today is how to find the direction that's hidden in the script, because any author is also a director, really.
Yeah.
But man, Sondheim as a composer was just one of the best directors that I've ever worked under, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's just so incredible. Anything Sondheim, anything Jason Robert Brown, playing in the last 5 years or Songs for a New World.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I have less of a list of dream roles and more of a list of dream shows that I just want anything to do with.
That's fair enough.
know?
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads to my last question. If your life was a play or a musical, what would it be?
Oh gosh. Oh man. Something way too orchestrated. Something with far too much music in it. Oh gosh.
I know this is like this is like the stump question. The fun one is the stumpy one.
Yeah. Well, man, I really should have thought about something like this. You'd think somebody given his life to musical theater would think about his own life in those terms. Man, I think there's a 4-person show that's always been one of my favorites, and it's called Ordinary Days.
Okay.
And I think something along those lines is what my life would kind of end up being. It's 2 guys, 2 girls, and a piano, and it's really small, it's really intimate, it's really just this beautiful expression of just ordinary life. And how there's magic found in the ordinary days, you know? And so it's called Ordinary Days. And for anybody who hasn't listened to it, I vastly recommend it.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for stopping by and enjoy the rest of your masterclass.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
All right, welcome back. Would you mind introducing yourself and where you're from?
I'm Colby Bustler, and I'm a part of Spring Garden High School, and I've been going there for about 3-ish years, and I've been doing theater for about 2-ish, and I've done 3 plays.
That's amazing. What made you want to come to this masterclass here at Coosa High School?
So my profession that I want to go to is not theater, but acting and like filmmaking.
Oh.
So I want to go in like Hollywood when I get older. And I just felt like ever since I was younger, I'd never had a passion for anything theater or film wise. But one day my director was telling me, she was like, I really think you'd be good at it, declined it. And then I just felt one time I wanted to go see SpongeBob at my school. And then I really fell in love with it. And I felt like that was my God-given talent that Jesus gave to me. So I really had a passion for it after that. And I saw that this class and that we got a really good guy who graduated from Michigan. So and he came here, and I also used to go to Coosa. So I know this place pretty well, and I know a few people here, and I felt it was a great opportunity to further expand my knowledge about acting. So
that's awesome. Isn't it interesting how you just see one show and then your life just
and you're
changes?
following it. Yep.
That's it.
Just one show.
It's the craziest thing in the world. So what have you learned so far today that that has changed the way you think, that you thought about acting?
Already, I'm doing Peter Pan right now, and I'm Captain Hook. So this whole analysis that he has, I am very big on analyses.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is, like, when I get my audition, I'm pretty confident that I will get it. And so I rely heavily on acting. I'm pretty good at singing, pretty good at dancing, but my acting is where it comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do this, I kind of look at the character. I can do accents pretty well too. So I do my accents, and then I kind of analyze the character and his emotions, and then the scene depending on what he's doing. Because some of them, he's like, Captain Hook's a man-child most of the time. So yeah, so I mean, throughout some parts, you've got to be this really big captain villain, and then sometimes you got to act like a little baby sometimes, and Smee is your mother. So taking this, I know right as I get home, our play is going to be 1 week of performance. We got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Taking that home, and I'm doing my Captain Hook, and because I want to further expand it, and I did not even realize, like, I would go to Spring Garden, and I would say, like, I'm one of their really good actors. And I had never thought about this. I thought about character analyzation, but not that deep. And so I would definitely take that to further expand my knowledge about it.
Yeah, that's what takes that regular actor and then takes him up a level. And especially when you talk about Captain Hook, there's your arc, and then there's also those little mini arcs in between where I'm a baby, I'm a big man, I'm a baby, I'm a big man. So that's fun.
Yes, sir.
Like, that's fun for me to analyze. Ooh, this could be fun here. It's a really great way to make a lot of fun choices in your work. All right, as a high school student, man, how do you handle nerves before you go on stage?
Nerves. So
how do you handle those?
I would say my thing is, I'm 10th grade, so I'm a sophomore. And so throughout I've never really been like a person who's been embarrassed, and so like I just felt like everything that God's given me, like I'm fine with being on stage. I've preached before, I've done things on stage before. I have no problem. I like to be the center of attention. I like to make people laugh. So when I'm going on theater, I will say the first performance that I have, I was a little because I got anxiety too, but my anxiety is of not being good enough, not of actually going out there.
Heard.
But I know that if I trust in the Lord and I trust in my ability and all my crew that I have, and I do my stuff that I put my work towards, I'll be completely fine. So I did my first play, I did Descendants, and we were very shorthanded on guys because we're a 1A school, so we got barely anybody. But I actually had to do 2 lead roles my first. I was Beast and Jafar, so I had to play 2 lead characters my first year, but she trusted me enough to do that. So I did it, and at the end of the play, people actually didn't even know I played 2 people. So throughout this thing, I was just like, a little worried, but once I got there for 2 seconds and I got out there, I'm like, I'm fine.
It melts.
It just goes away because you're so focused on the acting part of it, and you're that character. I'm not Colby when I'm doing that.
Of course.
I'm Beast, or I'm Jafar, or I'm Captain Hook. I am that person. So I don't got to worry about people saying me because they're seeing Captain Hook. They're not seeing me.
Exactly.
So just right as I step on that stage, all the anxiety goes away, and I'm just like, I'm in that character. Because last time I checked, Captain Hook don't got no anxiety. He's big. He knows he's him. So that's my thing.
It's like those 1 or 2 minutes when you're in the wings.
Yes, sir.
Beforehand, it's like, oh my gosh. Boom, I'm ready. Okay.
I'm ready.
Dream role.
Dream role. Okay, as of right now, this is for, are you talking about theater?
Yeah, whatever, man.
Okay. For film wise, I would say when I get older, I would look for more of like my dream role would be a Marvel superhero, something like that.
Okay.
Iron Man's my favorite. So to get an Iron Man later, maybe possible, but just really anything film, I would just want to be the lead of that movie. And then for theater, as of right now, Beetlejuice is I want to be him.
Oh.
I actually watched Beetlejuice here, and it was amazing. I was like, that's movie, because like it reminds me of Deadpool, the fact of breaking the fourth wall, because people find it hilarious.
It's done right.
Yes, it's so fun, because like nobody does that, and I want to be something that stands out, like Beetlejuice. He made crowd interaction. I've never seen that before, because it's like always you just pretend the audience is not there. Like you're making the scene. But with Beetlejuice, I mean, he's straight up interacting with the crowd. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. Deadpool, he can do whatever he wants. That's what I like. I like being very unique that people notice that. So as a theater, it would probably be Beetlejuice right now. So I watched that play and it was amazing. Awesome. So that is my dream role right now.
All right, man. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the rest of the masterclass.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Here we are at Masterclass at Coosa High School. I'm sitting with Cullen, my good friend Cullen, who's a junior at Coosa High School, coming off a hilarious performance in Catch Me If You Can.
Thank you.
Yes. So what made you want to take this acting masterclass?
Well, I had seen Zac Mitchell teach things, I guess, but my philosophy is that every show, every class, every camp is an opportunity to learn something and apply what I know, because obviously I think it's true with anybody, but especially someone in my position, there's a lot I don't know. I don't know how much I don't know. So I don't know. I think, yeah, exactly.
Case in point.
Yeah. I think this is a great opportunity for me to learn things and see other people's perspective and how Zac Mitchell applies directorship as opposed to numerous other directors I've had. Because I think only having one perspective is stupid.
Yes. Well, a lot of times it's availability too. Like, the more different directors you work with, the more styles you see and stuff like that. So this is fantastic.
I agree.
What have you learned so far that you are like excited to apply to your next role?
Well, something that I really appreciate is that we took a text from a show, The Importance of Being Earnest, and we took simply a monologue and the dialogue surrounding it to try to analyze. And there were so many different interpretations, different character motivations, and they all made sense, every single one of them. And I don't know if any two people in that group could agree or disagree entirely. There might be one thing they just couldn't agree on. I think that shows that theater is infinitely interpretive. That's why Ted Thomas at Shorter, Eleanor's dad, called it a perfect art. And before, whenever I read a script, especially if it was a role I was playing, I may have looked at it as more rigid than I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to kind of consider different perspectives like I saw today in all future shows that I do.
Yeah, and the way you portray your character affects the way other people play off of you. And I say that as an example where I've seen many shows on Broadway where two different actors played the same role, but completely different.
Yeah.
So it changed all these little different moments. And then I've seen an actor play a role and then go, and a year later come back to that role and play completely different under a different interpretation. And you can see how the other actors are playing off that. It just changes the whole dynamic of the show. One thing I'm asking everybody is, as a high school student, how do you handle nerves?
Well, as
you take a beat.
Yeah, you take a beat. No. How do I handle nerves? You know Jimmy Carr, when he like gets a question, he like repeats it so he can think about it. I don't know. I just do it. At first, I was like, okay, I can do this scared and have it be worse than I want it to, or I can do it brave and confident and make it as good as I want it, as good as I can get it to be. And like after a few shows now, nerves are not something I really consider, except when it comes to singing. My solution to that was just try and get better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trust me.
You remember Xanadu.
I remember Xanadu.
But then you watch Beetlejuice, and then you'll watch Snow White. I think it is true you'll see an escalation.
Absolutely. You've gotten so much.
Yes.
You've grown so much in such a short amount of time. You're just a pleasure to watch on
Thank
stage.
you.
It
I
really
appreciate
is.
that. But case in point, yeah. The thing with nerves, you're nervous about doing bad. Well, nerves are going to make you do worse than you want to. So you accept them, but you don't push them away. You channel that energy into confidence and to performance and to hitting the note, taking a beat, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. You use that energy for purposes of good to make the audience see a better show.
There you go. All right. Dream role.
Dream role?
Dream role.
Okay. Oh, wow. Sorry. This got on the spot.
Yeah. This has been the stump question out of all of them.
Oh, wow. I can't say Beetlejuice.
Well, you could say you've already had a dream role done. I have. I played Seymour in Little Shop. I played Leo Bloom in The Producers. Those are some dream roles for me.
Okay. Hades. In Hades Town.
Hades Town? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last question. If your life was a player musical, what would it be?
What would it, like conjuring up a title or
You know what? Make a choice.
Take a beat. All right.
Take a beat and make a choice.
I think my musical would be called Take a Beat. I think it would be called Take a Beat.
I think so.
It would be a dramedy with elements of sci-fi, fantasy, romance, death, tragedy, Shakespeare, Sondheim. It'd be a musical. Shakespearean Sondheim.
Wow.
I think it would have every element of the best musical there is and not any element of any bad musical.
Okay. So
that's what I think.
Just so we can explain. What, you gonna say something?
The main character would be a bass. I'm tired of the musical. No, every character is a bass or an alto. Don't even audition if you're a tenor. Don't think about it.
Don't even think about it. All right, so people who don't know why we're laughing so much at the whole take a beat, make a choice thing. Cullen does a great impression of me, apparently.
I think this is all the time I have for the interview.
Apparently all I do is tell actors to take more beats, so let's hear it.
Okay, well, all right, what you're going to do is you're going to take a beat, make a choice, all right? Just go up there, just look, get your book, all right? Stay in your book. You're going to take a beat, you're going to make a choice. You might even take a choice and make a beat. Who the hell knows, all right? Just get on stage.
You're not wrong. You're pretty damn close.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Cullen,
Williams.
for talking to me.
All
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, man.
You too.
My name is Abby Drew Trotter. I'm a senior at Armurchie High School. and I have been doing theater for about 2.5 years now.
Awesome. So what made you want to come to this masterclass?
I really want to start doing musicals. So, yes.
Well, this is a great place to start.
I know. So I usually get really nervous about singing in front of people. So I was like, why not? And I know a lot of people here. So,
So have you been in shows before?
I have.
Okay.
Not like musicals. This year we're kind of doing like a semi-musical at Armucci.
Okay.
It's a spinoff of Wizard of Oz. So that's fun.
Okay. So what have you learned so far that you're really excited to take back with you and start working on?
I really enjoyed the script analysis because like I'm really good with like reading over a script and like getting it, but like really diving deep into it, it's really like helped.
It's really, and what I watched before is like there are so many different ways you can take a character. There's so many different choices you can make, and they're all right.
Exactly.
They all could be right.
And it's like, but there's always one that like really sticks out, and I really like that.
And that sticks out with you personally as the actor.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like somebody else playing that part may see it a different way.
Exactly.
Which makes theater
so
alive.
Cool.
It makes
amazing,
it really alive. So you haven't really done much theater before, but you sing in front of people. You said.
Okay. So
kind of. So that's what leads into my next question. Like, how do you handle nerves?
See, I just joined chorus this past year because I've been getting begged to join chorus. So, singing isn't a problem for me much anymore. Like at our first chorus concert, I was not nervous at all. But like with nerves, I personally pray before every single show that we do because that's just a personal thing that I do. I always pray, and I always just give it up to God whenever I go on stage. And I've found it that it's easier for me to go on stage in a character rather than myself because that's not me on stage. It's that character, and I don't have to worry about who's out here because they're watching the show. So
yeah, exactly. I remember when I first started acting in high school, it's the same thing. My biggest fear was people worrying. I was worried that people thought that's who I was.
Exactly.
I personally couldn't separate the two yet. But as the more you do it, obviously, it starts getting a little easier. All right. Dream role.
Oh my gosh. Jane Doe. Jane Doe from Ride the Cyclone.
Okay.
That is my all-time dream role. I love her character so much.
Why?
Because she's mysterious. She's very mysterious, and I love like Colonel Justice, anything like that. And Jane Doe, of course, is what they call.
It's a theater masterclass. There's going to be yelling in the background. We're okay.
But Jane Doe is basically whenever you find, sadly, a dead body and they can't identify it, so it's a Jane Doe or John Doe. And no one knows who she is until the very end of the show. And whenever it gets to her part, she's singing about her life and about how she doesn't even know who she is because it's the afterlife, you know. And her vocals are very beautiful. I love her vocals so much, and I've worked every day to try and hit those because she's a very, very high soprano woman.
Okay.
So it's a very fun role that I could love to play.
Awesome. All right, last question. If your life was a play or musical, what would it be?
Oh.
Now you can compare it to a show that already exists, or you can come up with your own title for your show. I'll give you the option. I'll give you a choice.
That's a really hard question.
I know, it's like the hardest question, but it seems the most fun.
I don't know. I feel like definitely not High School Musical. I'd say Mean Girls, but not in the not in like the Regina George kind of way, but in Caddy Heron kind of way. Because high school has always been just a mess for me. But
for everybody.
Exactly, for everyone. But you slowly find yourself and stuff. And I have always loved Mean Girls, so definitely that. But in the way of Katie Heron, and yeah.
That's
I really
awesome.
like that musical.
That's fun. Well, thank you for talking to me today.
Course,
all right, go have fun
you.
on stage.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
My name is Jackson Ware, and I go to Model High School.
Great. Hi, Jack. How are you today?
I'm tired. I woke up really early on a Saturday morning, so there's
Really?
that.
Okay. Listen, I was up from 2:30 to 6 this morning, and then I went back to bed till 8. So don't get me tired. All right, what made you want to take this masterclass today?
Well, when I was little, I did Shrek Jr. with Zac, and so it's been a while since I saw him. And also, I love acting, so I felt kind of compelled to come here, but not compelled in a way where I was like, oh, I have to go just because I'm a junior in high school. But more because I wanted to come, because I enjoy acting and I want to get better at it and learn more things about it.
So what did you learn today that you're like really excited about to go apply to the next show that you're in?
Definitely character development and script reading. Not so much how to act in a way of like physical, but more of a how to act mentally. So like when you're reading a script, you don't just be like, oh, this is words on a page, they might mean this or maybe not. You go in depth into what you learn and what you read in the script, and you do like a list of different actions to further your knowledge on the script and the character that you are portraying.
Yeah, and when Zac was writing on the whiteboard up there were a lot of different choices you can make for when he did the who, what, where, why, when thing, and there's a lot of different choices, and they're all right in a way. So how you decide, I'm gonna go with like I'll do 1 here and 2 there and 3, they're all correct in a way, and the way you portray something is completely different than someone who else could do it.
Yeah,
and that's what I've been telling other people, that's why theater's so awesome. That's why it's like its own living being, because it can be different every time you see the show, which is really cool.
Yeah, many of the characters I've done have been very different, ranging from energetic child to an interesting dentist, to say the least, and then a con man, all in a span of like a little less than a year.
Yeah,
so
that's a lot.
Definitely very diverse
and very mentally taxing too, after all that kind of stuff,
especially if you put yourself in the shoes of the character. It's very different. Theater is more fun if you try, because if yeah, well, I mean, like most things, but if you try really hard to be connected with your character, it's way more fun. You get way more attached. You feel more included, not just in the show, but you feel more included in the audience. When you, especially if you have like a very emotional character, like Frank Sr.
Yep. From Catch Me If You Can.
You connect to the audience more. You can feel the emotions radiating off the audience when you're on stage. You can feel the vibe of the room, and you can use that energy to even further your acting. So it's just like a big recyclable loop of just energy and emotions. It's really fun.
It is a lot of fun. How do you handle nerves on stage?
Usually when I'm preparing for, let's say, an opening night. Opening night is always really scary. My nerves are always bundled up. My heart's racing before I go on stage. Not just at Model High School, but also at Room Little Theater. My nerves are the same, if not more, considering there's more people there on average. So I usually, when I go on stage, I'm very nervous. But then I realize this is where I belong. Yeah. Like, this is my home. This stage is the second home to me.
It's such a cool feeling.
So it's just like, this is not that scary, because I know my lines, I know my songs, I know my dances. And if I don't, then I know that the audience is going to enjoy it, whether I mess up or not. And so you kind of relax yourself. You realize it's not that bad after you go on stage for the first time.
Yeah.
And then obviously the more you do it, opening night, the night after, it gets better and better. So
you get much more comfortable. Right? All right. Dream role.
Dream role. That's Oh, I haven't thought about that.
This has been the stump question for everybody.
Um,
Not the intellectual stuff. Like, what have you learned today? No, it's like, what's your dream role, man?
I don't really know that many shows, and if I wasn't a baritone, if I was a tenor, I would say probably Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors.
That's one of mine.
I don't remember exactly his name. The rabbit from Alice by Heart.
Oh, I don't know that show very well, so I can't. We'll just say the rabbit by Alice.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I've played the dentist.
That's fine.
Which
You already
is-
played your like. My Seymour was one of my dream roles. Done that. So
Yeah, probably the dentist from Little Shop of Horrors.
yeah, that was great.
My Little Shop of Horrors.
I know. Last one. If your life was a play or musical, what would it be?
If my life was a what?
A play or a musical, what would it be? Now, it could be a show that already exists, or you can make up your own title for it.
I'm not very versed in my shows.
Then you can make up your own. Like, what would be the name of your show? That somebody sat down and wrote a play or a musical about your life right now. What would it be called?
I feel like it would be a musical, for sure. I would name it An Interesting Tale of Events,
Ooh, see? That's good. I like that.
because
I'd see
it's
that.
been something. Many things have happened.
I'm sure they have. Well, thank you, Jack, for sitting down and talking with me today, all right?
Okay, of
All right,
course.
go enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay.
Appreciate you. So I'm sitting here with Sophia from Pepperell High School, and first question is, what made you want to come take this masterclass today?
I've always been involved with theater, but I've never really taken a class for theater, nor have I ever really been in a show before. And this year is my first year at Pepperell High School, and I'm in a show. So I thought that this experience would just be perfect to learn more about theater.
Oh, you have picked a heck of a day to a lesson to how to prepare for your first show. So what have you learned today that you are really excited to put towards your show?
I've learned a lot about how to express with your pieces and monologues and dialogues, as well as I think right now we're learning about how to express with the music. And it's just been a really fun experience because I get to meet all of these other theater kids, and they're all just so sweet.
They are. There's nothing like a theater kid. I
No,
grew up
sir.
a theater kid. I'm still a theater kid. I love it. They're my people. This is like my home all the time. So this is your first show that you're preparing for.
Yes, sir.
Have you been on stage before, like in a chorus or anything like that?
Yes, I do chorus and I also do dance.
Oh,
So
okay. You have
point. Yeah.
So how do you handle nerves?
Nerves,
Yeah.
it's kind of an adrenaline thing. So you have to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my method. I do that right before I go, or I talk with my friends, and that usually calms me down.
That's nice. It's always nice to have something you can always go to. Me personally, I'm a pacer. I will just walk around backstage and not just talk to anybody.
No, that works
Yeah,
too.
I pace. I at least walk a mile or two before doors open. It's just that thing. That's my thing. What is your dream role?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Probably Natalie from Next to Normal.
Really? Why?
She's just such I love her character because she's just so misunderstood as a character, and she's struggling to find that family that she's so desperately looking for because her parents are dealing with mental problems, and so she's suffering by herself. But in the end, she finds someone to help her, and I love her role, as well as Janice from Mean Girls. Mean Girls also has a very special place in my heart because it was the first musical that got me invested in musical theater, and I love Janice because she's not afraid to speak her truth.
Yeah, I love how there's just sometimes there's one show they just randomly see, and it's oh, okay, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I need to do that. So with those two shows, if you ever got cast in those roles, how would something like today really help?
What do you mean?
The Next to Normal show, it's deep, she's misunderstood. What you've gone through today about learning how to break down scripts and make all those different choices with the who, what, where, why, how do you think that applying that to something like Next to Normal would enhance your performance?
It would greatly enhance it, because just Natalie is such a deep role, and just taking on like how she expresses herself, and because there's also that part of you that you're wondering what was it like before all of this happened, and so like being able to fill in the parts I think would really help, and like just taking the script farther than just it says, just giving a better understanding of the character to express myself better, and that's what I learned mostly today.
That's wonderful. All right, last question. If your life was a play or a musical, what would it be? Now, it could be a play that exists, or you can come up with your own title. Like if somebody sat down and wrote a musical about you, what would it be called?
It would be called, The Miraculous, Ever Entertaining, Beautiful Sophia.
Oh, wonderful. I like it. Beautiful, for some reason, seems like it'd be in italics or it'd be underlined.
Yes.
That's exactly how you said it.
I don't know. I just.
Okay, I'd go see that show.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well, thank you for talking to me today.
Of course.
All right, go ahead
Have a
and
great
enjoy
day.
the rest of your class.
Thank you.